What's going on, everybody? I'm kind of using this new, trying out the new YouTube live thing to. Oh wow! I guess it changed cameras for me. So I want to talk to you all for a second. Hope all is well. Live from distancing ourselves from the slave land mindset that a lot of people have. What I want to talk about today, it's pretty interesting. And before I even get to the subject, because I should last week I wanted to do it on the lady giving her kid marijuana. Didn't get a chance to do that, but it's been very busy. But I have time today. Not even time. Wow, it's 11 o'clock, and I've been working. I only got 2.5 hours of sleep, but we'll talk about the mindset of getting off the plantation and why I have no problems with this. You know, my father, Ted Williams, when he was young, he's from Louisiana, didn't have much, always wore the same clothes to school. But one thing he said that has always stuck to me, because he told me this as a youngster, was that while everybody's out there having a good time, he was studying and hitting the books. He went to Vietnam, came back, police, worked for the FBI a little, and during the same time studied law, became a lawyer, became well known in the DC area, got a gig on Fox News, went over to MSNBC, and came back to Fox. So he was on the show with On the Record with Greta Van Susteren, went with her to MSNBC, but he came back to Fox. So that's where he's at right now. But that's here nor there. But he said that, there was a great statement that he said that, while everybody's working, or while everyone's playing, he was always working. And that was something that stuck with me. Always stuck with me. And that's kind of what I want to, and I'm going to connect a lot of these dots, of course. But I just wanted to let you know, because that's going to come up pretty soon, what I'm saying. Now, there was a great meme that someone posted that was really mind-blowing, that talked about the Declaration of Financial Independence. And it said, I will be happily and merely eat off multiple streams of income. I will build a financial foundation that cannot be easily broken. Wow, powerful. Because for me, I have my own business. I have like 2 or 3 businesses that I have that I don't even really, they're thriving. Everything's good. But when I found out about the rideshare game, I found out about the Uber and the Lyft game, and how the money can come in, how great the money is, I then got excited, because for me, and for anybody who knows how to pick up their bootstraps, or they're starting a business, knows how exciting it is to start from the ground up. This is what I'm doing. So I'm putting in the time. But which is so great is that I got the streams coming in, and I'm multitasking. But we'll definitely talk about that as well. But there are a lot of people who are stuck in slave land who feel like, why Uber? Why do that? Why work for the man? Why are you selling yourself short? All kinds of stuff. But there's something that I have always, and I'm going to say, because the reason why you're like, why are you bringing up Uber? Because we're going to talk about that. Because every person who is on that plantation or has that slave land mindset should start doing Uber to see something that they have never seen before. Now, before I do that, now again, let me show you why. Now for me, I'm just gonna give you a prime example right here. Because when I started at 6 Saturday. Okay, today's Sunday. So I started at 6 p.m. Okay. So at 6 p.m., because I was just doing some stuff. Now, let me see if I can show. Oh, wait, on the screen. So at 6 p.m., at 6 p.m., I was at $487.86. It's kind of backwards, so I can't see. So $487.86. So I was doing that. So that is what I had Saturday at 6 p.m. Now, what I've done is I work from 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. because of the customer service and all the stuff that I do for the rideshare stuff that I teach these guys. I had other clients that wanted me to do drops and things like that. Now, with that being said, I want to show you right now what I have after I came home today. So it was like 400 and whatever, but I just want to show you that this stuff works. So that's where I'm at right now. 809.88. That's what I brought in. So do the math. There's money out in those streets. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. And I'm not trying to boast, because now it's time to get 1,000. For a lot of people who have this mindset, who want to use the past to make excuses to why they're not doing anything in their lives, why they're being lazy, why they're blaming this fictitious character known as a white man. They think white supremacy is holding it. While all these people are thinking with this slave land mindset, what each and every one of them should do is sign up for Uber or Lyft. Sign up for that and just become a driver for 1 week. And I guarantee you, in that week that you have taken that in that week, I guarantee you will start to see and understand why it is. Wait, let me see. Is that better? It's kind of blurry. I don't know why it's so blurry. But anyway, hopefully, let me see. There we go. So what I'm saying is, anybody that is complaining about the man, complaining about being held back and all the other stuff, should do 1 week of ride sharing. And they will see the difference between those that want success and those that want to wallow on what is known as, the Democratic plantation of being a victim. To me, it is one of the most amazing things that I have seen in a long time. And it is like night and day. Let me explain to you. When you're out there ride sharing, again, I'm doing this from the ground up, and I'm loving this. I'm really into this thing. I love it. The money's good. It's great. You get to rub elbows. You get to talk to. Okay, let me explain something. When I'm doing this, I usually drive, and most of the time I drive in the 1% neighborhoods, the low six figure or the high five figure neighborhoods. And then there are times where it pulls me to regular places, okay? It is like night and day. And there's not too much that amazes me. But let me tell you, when I pick up these individuals, these men that are in the so-called 1% neighborhood, millionaires, it is I wish every person that is bitching about the man, white supremacy, and all this other stuff just takes a moment and just watch how they behave and how they act. Now, before I get to them, let me get to the what we call the normal. The world has me down, beat up black person. Now they will get in the car, they won't say anything. They'll shoot this stuff, shoot the shit. Most smell like weed that come in. Saggy pants, tight clothes. I mean, and I'm not saying all. But I'm saying the majority. When I go outside of the high fives. So when I'm picking up normal black people, not saying anything, just chilling. And listen, it's their right to do that. That's not even a complaint. That's just what I'm telling you I see. Nothing. Just get in the car. Nothing. Just sit there. Do nothing. Sit there, and they will either watch a Netflix because the way I got my vehicle set up, you can watch Netflix or Amazon Prime. So they get in the car and they're watching Amazon Prime. Now, for me, what I do, because I have to play DJ, and I always tell people, for them, I always have jazz music playing. Then I ask them, would they like to listen to anything? And 99.9 will say, all right, kick on Shade 45. Rap music, yo, bitch, all that stuff. Okay. Doesn't make, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just telling you what's going on. Drive them. They get out. They go along their way. Now, when I drive into the upper 5-figure, 6-figure, 1% neighborhoods, if I pick somebody up who is in that class from downtown, if I pick them up from their house or I pick them up from the airport, it is like night and day. And I would say 98%, even I would go as far as 99%, do exactly the same thing. It's amazing to me. It's mind blowing to me because it's exhilarating, and I love it. I love it. I just soak it all in. Now, when these people come in, and I can tell if I'm going into a rich neighborhood, or because of their behaviors, I don't play jazz. I don't play jazz at all. I switch over to classical music. Because these guys get in the vehicle. They get in the vehicle. First thing they do is speak, like the other ones. But then they do something totally different. They either on their phones working deals and doing things. How do I know? Because while they're on their phone, then they will put the phone to their ear, and all they're doing is talking numbers. They're talking contracts. They're talking stocks. They're talking moving money. They're talking about the trips to the Hampton. We'll meet in other. It is like night and day, but it is one of the most amazing things that everybody who is on the Democratic plantation or has that slave land mentality needs to see night and day. And these individuals come in an arrayment of colors. Asian doctors, black businessmen, white businessmen. I mean, money. Nothing but money. And they come in, they get in the car. After they speak, and I've figured this out. After they speak to you, they want to be left alone. And it's not they want to be left alone because I'm a black driver. They don't want to talk to me, because they do talk. They tip over $20 tips, and they take the cars to get other business. So, and they love the service, yada, yada, yada. That's here nor there. But when they get in the car, I know that I speak to them, flip on the classical music, and I just drive. But when I'm driving, when they get on, okay, when they're either looking at the paper or they're on their laptops or they're on their phones working deals, the classical music's on. Peace, because they want peace. But then as soon as they hit that button or get that phone call, I turn the volume down and I sit back and I just listen in amazement to money and success talking, money and success making moves, buying property, buying stock, moving money. That is all they are about. It's from the point they get in my vehicle to the point where I drop them off, they are wheeling, dealing, making money, talking money. And if they're not talking money, they're talking about the vacations they're going on to take a break from working hard and making money. But it goes back to the slave land mindset. And it goes back to the Democratic plantation black man that feels like they don't want to do anything because they feel like the world is coming down. But this is why I say to all of you black men, do it 1 week. Get in the car, drive around, and look at what you are and look at what you could be if you just got out of your own way. If you just stop complaining about the so-called white man, white supremacy, and things holding you back. Because the people that were in my car talking money were not just white. They came in all different races. And all they had in common was one thing, and that is success. There is a success language that they all have, that they are not, I've got my Netflix on, whatever. They're not even looking at that. They sit, as soon as they sit down, they are opening up their laptops or they're on their phone or they're looking through their phone, then getting on their phone and discussing business, discussing contracts, discussing clients coming in, discussing property they want to buy, discussing moves they want to make, discussing the vacations they're taking that are going out to the Hamptons or out of the country. They are discussing money. They're discussing moves. They're making moves. Doctors, I've had doctors, I've had lawyers and businessmen. I've had all that in the backseat of my car. And I'm telling you, when you look at the behavior, you can see why successful people think and act differently from the normal black man that gets into the vehicle and just watches Netflix or just sits there and does nothing. But success has its own type of behavior. And in order to see it, you got to I'm telling you, get in a car, get one of these ride shares for a week, and start driving those rich neighborhoods and start picking these people up. And you will start to see that there is a difference in the way they think and behave. And it goes back to what my dad has always been saying. He's successful because the ones that grind are the ones that have a different type of behavior. Everybody, you know what? Everybody wanted to party on Saturday. They wanted to go out. They wanted to sit home. They wanted to do nothing. But you know what? I could have sat home and done nothing all day and still got paid because I have my own businesses. But you know what? There is nothing in the world like starting from the ground up, getting your feet dirty again like you did before. When you had that hustle type mentality, when you have a different type of mindset, then you start to think different, you behave different, and your actions are not like the normal black person, which then they will call you a certain name because you don't fit the narrative of what they feel like a black man should be. But every black man who is on that Democratic plantation and has that slave land mindset, they need to get off of their lazy asses of being victims and just get in the car for 1 week and drive it around in these neighborhoods and start picking some of these people up and see the difference in the behavior of money. The green. I'm not talking about the black man, the white man, the Asian, or the Hispanic. I'm talking about the green money. But then you will all see, I see the difference. And I'm telling you, it is nothing like talking to these people because when they talk to you, they want to know what you're doing. They want to know what you plan on doing because what they do is they ask questions of success. Diversifying. They will ask questions about your business. Do you have a business? What do you do for a living? Is this the only thing that you do? And as soon as I tell them that this is just a part-time job, because I have my own business, but sir, this is just something I like to do on part-time. And all of a sudden, their ears kind of get like a poke over there. Oh, really? Oh, so you have other businesses, and then we start to have dialogue. And from that dialogue, then we start to trade business cards. It's called networking. You network. That's part of this. It's networking with the big dogs, the big fish, not sitting in the back of the vehicle watching Netflix doing nothing. But in order for you to see that, you need to get out there, get in a car, and just drive, and you will see the difference. It's night and day. And if you do it, I guarantee it, you will rethink things and see that being on the Democratic plantation and having that slave land mindset of being a victim is something that you should not even want to deal with when you get around money. Because when you're around money and success, that's all they discuss and talk about is money and success. And if you are about your money, it is an exhilarating ride. It is nothing like being able to, because I know when I can flip that classical music on, I know at that point that I'm ready to listen. I'm waiting for him to get the phone call. I'm waiting for him to make the call, or I'm waiting for him to speak to me on a more personal level than just sitting in the back seat of the car. Get off that Democratic plantation. Stop that slave land mentality. Get in the ride. You're exactly where you need to be. Peace.